Morning, my Green Light the Day family. I hope that you're doing well. I'm Denise, or Nisi. So, what am I going to talk about today? Well, just because I have been doing this, I'm going to give you a little bit of an update on the last week. I was off on vacation this past week out at the farm, which I think you know because I made my video out there and it didn't want to load. There you go. So you knew that. Anyways, I got a whole bunch done. I made... I think I told you this already. I canned raspberries, made raspberry jam and strawberry jam, drove Dad around for some appointments, I blanched some beans, I made some pickles, I pulled all my onions and garlic, I have about 8 5-gallon pails of tomatoes, and I bought some new wheels. I bought a new Jeep Cherokee because I'm going to be doing a lot of more highway driving over the winter, so I wanted something with 4-wheel drive with our Saskatchewan winters here. But that's what I did in the past week. So I was feeling very happy about that. I have one more weekend, probably in 2 weeks when I go home, I'll get some stuff done. The last of the garden, get it cleared off. But it was a very productive year and a very productive garden. So one other thing that I did this week, on Monday night, which was new, and I talked about this in my first time videos, was I attended my first evening mixed media art class. So it's a workshop, it's an adult only class, and it's every Monday night from now till the end of November, and it's about an hour and a half long. And so we're going to be doing a bunch of different things. So the first thing we did was silk screening, and I just thought it was a really cool analogy for life and people, as far as, I don't know how familiar any of you are with Andy Warhol and the silk screening repetitive images that he did of various subjects, right? But he would take one image and do it in various colors, monochromatic, sometimes two-toned. So our first class was about silk screening, and what was really interesting to me is she had some of the finished products on the wall. So there were series of 4, series of 6 of this flower pattern that I will show you the finished product when we get it done, probably next week, I think. But she said that's what we were going to do, and I was trying to conceptualize, because I've never done silk screening before, how this is done. Because if you're not familiar with silk screening, it's many layers, right? So you do your first layer of color, you let it dry, you do your next layer, and you can use the silk screening method where you have a template so the ink only goes through certain parts that you've left open, and there's a material that blocks it, so you get kind of blocking. But you can also, in between the layers, do hand painting, which we'll be doing next time, right before we put the next layer of silk screening on. And so I really, until we actually got into it, I didn't understand what was happening. And it's sort of, as you build your layers, you may have an idea of what you think it's going to look like, but until you actually get that layer upon layer of paint and ink and paint and ink and paint and ink, you don't actually know what your finished product is going to look like, because you don't know how the colors are going to play off of each other and all of that. And I think that people in life are a little bit like that. Like, we build ourselves and our life experiences and our lives on those different layers. So over the course of time, you have one experience, and it teaches you certain lessons, and it may change you for better or for worse, depending on your perspective and how you decide to deal with that. And the people you run into have those different layers. So it all interplays together, and you really don't know what that finished product is going to be, right? And it's never finished. In life, we're a continual building of a project, and we have the ability to impact what that finished product is for today, and if we didn't like today, to change it up for tomorrow, and to keep building and building and building, so that eventually you've blocked out, or you can change the things that you don't like about yourself or your life, put a better spin on it, so that that finished masterpiece, which I've talked about before also, is something that you can stand up and say, well done, right? And I hope that you're taking care of yourself. I hope that you're taking care of each other. Make a great day.